Welcome back to my channel. So for today's DIYs, I'll be doing some Magnolia dupes. I saw these pieces on the Magnolia website and I fell in love with them. So before we jump into the tutorial, I would like to ask if you can hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and also the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, and occasional videos for collabs and challenges. So let's jump right into the tutorial. So for the first DIY, which is this mini plant stand, this is the inspiration. I didn't have a bigger top, so I decided to use what I had on hand. So I took two of these mini picture hanging, these picture stands or these plate stands, and I took apart one and I just cut those pieces. I tried with the scissors at first, and then I tried with my hot glue. It didn't work, so I end up getting my pliers. You can also use a wire cutters, and I cut that down to make it as flush as possible. I went back in with my scissors to get those protruding pieces, and then I hot glued them together. This particular stand needed 3 legs. I also placed some glue on the other two because it was moving, so I just wanted it to stay in place. Once the hot glue was dried, I took some of my black acrylic paint and I started with the paintbrush, and I realized it wasn't going on as opaque as possible, so I went in with a cosmetic sponge that I just ripped in half and I dabbed it onto the piece. I did 3 coats of the black acrylic paint onto this. I was gonna use the dowel or the skewer, but it couldn't take the weight of the wood slice, so I just left it out. It did had 2 versions of this stand, and this is the metal and wood base stand, adjustable stand in Nina. I took the wood slice and I just hot glued it to the stand, but after a while I found it was a little too tall, so I took it apart and I trimmed the top off, and it looked way better. So for the next DIY, I think that the inspiration piece wasn't on the website anymore, and I took this embroidery hoop that I had on hand, and this is the outer ring. If you have the inner ring, it would be way better than having to take the metal part off. I did accidentally break the piece trying to take the metal piece off, so I took a mini saw and I cut it off to make it as even as possible. Once I had it cut even, I took some hot glue and I glued it back into a circle. I took this piece of paperboard, you could even use foam board or whatever you have on hand, and I drew around the rim and I trimmed it down to size to fit the embroidery hoop. If you like seeing these videos, give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends and family because it really do help me out a lot, and leave me a comment on what store you would like to see me dupe from. Once I had it to fit to size, I took some of my white acrylic paint, and as you can tell, I'm literally running out of acrylic paints, and I gave this 2 coats of paint. I do apologize if you hear any background noise with the pandemic that's going around. People are leaving and coming and going as, you know. So you would hear a few background noise. I do apologize for that. Once I had the 2 coats completely dried, I traced on the words with pencil first, and then I attempted to use this fine tip, this ultra fine tip Sharpie, but I still found it was a little too fine, and I went in with my black acrylic paint and tin brush. This piece was a little time consuming, but it is very simple to make and very easy materials to use. You can use whatever cutting machines if you choose not to paint on the words. You can use stickers if you have those cursive stickers. You can use whatever you want on this piece, but I wanted it to look as exact as possible as the original piece. The words on this piece is so inspirational. That is why I choose to dupe this particular piece, and we really should expect good things. Once I had all the words painted on and they dried, I just hot glued the embroidery hoop to the piece of paperboard, and I add a piece of twine to the back, and this is the finished product. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.